So welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Talk Time with Sharmin and the Sharmin Prince Show. Um, Today we have with us Blaze. And Blaze, I'm trying Antonio. Now you're gonna tell me your name, your full name. Introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Marlon Ashford Simon, popularly known as Blaze Antonio.
Okay.
I'm 26 years old, still in Guyana, and I'm a musician by occupation,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been doing this for quite some time since the age of 15. Got my first big break after I did a remix to this song called Them Does Horn by a Trinidadian, which I did my own twist to it, and I call it Them Does Give Blow. And that took me in the spotlight, musically in Guyana. Uh, and from there, I would have actually did a few more songs. To be honest, I actually have 7 songs now. My other songs got radio play to some extent, but it's until, what should I say, today?
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday. It's until today that I secured what I would call my second trending hit, and that is in the Parliament. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm from the West in Crane, born Bartesian by the way, but I moved to in the Freedom Hoop area at a young age, very young age, and much a normal guy, likes to go out a lot. I prefer to stay at home and look at TV or some show, and spend time with family and so forth. Yeah, single if that matters, but but yeah,
Single,
that's
ready
about it.
to mingle?
I'm not mingling with anyone right now. That's good. That's good enough for me.
Okay.
I'm just single. That's it.
So tell me
That's
a
about it.
little about your socialization. You said you grew up in Crane, right?
Yeah, and like the Freedom Hope area.
Okay. And which
Yeah.
school you attended?
All right. Well, for nursery school, I went to the Crane Nursery School. Then I started to go to Crane Primary, but let's just say I was a kind of disgusting. So I used to like spend up my passage money and walk home. So my mom took me out of Crane Primary School and she sent me to St. Andrew's Primary in Georgetown, like the central part of Georgetown. That the school is closed down right now though.
That's like
Uh,
opposite the court.
yeah, that's right. That's right. Opposite the court. And after that, I wrote my CXC, not CXC, my common entrance right there, and I headed over to St. Joseph High School, where I completed my secondary education. Um,
Oh, okay.
After St. Joseph, I joined the field of working people. I didn't further my study. Uh, let's just say the best thing for me to do at that point in time was to work, and that's what I did. So that's basically it. And I worked a few jobs, a laboratory technician. I worked with Guyana Forestry Commission as a forest ranger. I worked as a laboratory technician at two jobs, and then I did my most recent job was customer care service at Digital Guyana. Did that for like close to 4 years, and during that period of time, that's when Blow came and made my dream reality to live as a musician and to earn a living from music, basically, which many people find quite surprising, but that's what I do.
How did you get into music?
Well, I started off as a dancer. I like dancing, but my
Mm-hmm.
older brother, his name is Ashton Anthony Fitku. So the blaze comes from battle rapping on the streets, and this guy was like, "You blaze up the place," so I took blaze just like that. And Antonio comes from Anthony, because my older brother, his name is Anthony, and I got music from him because he bought this CD player with a 2 pack and an album. And I had a humble beginning as a child, and I was able to relate to majority of the things they rap about in the songs. And I was like, you know what, I could actually do this. And I discovered I actually possessed the gift of being able to freestyle. So I could like make up things really quick, and I started rapping, and that was at the age of 15. And I did hip hop music for quite a few years. I was able to meet like Rick Ross. I opened for Rick Ross when he came in Guyana, so that's like one of the greatest moments for me in
Okay.
my musical journey. And I performed a few places, but my big break came from Blow.
From Blue.
So I changed up for the entire thing after Blow came out. I started doing stuff like dancehall, soca, fusion type of music, whereby the Caribbean people would be able to more relate to it and feel the vibe. But I still got the hip hop inside of me. But I'm just probably gonna leave it in a corner for.
Your passion is hip hop.
I love hip hop music. Yeah, I connect to hip hop more than anything, and hip hop made me a musician. So yeah, I'm always gonna be grateful to that genre of music, and it's always gonna be my favorite.
And what led you to cross the other genres? Is it because you're multi talented and you're multi gifted?
Um, Humbly, I do agree with you. I could switch genres any day, anytime. I could do dancehall, I could do soca. Um, but what motivated me to switch was that after I heard this song, "Them There's Horn," so I'm thinking to myself, like in Guyana, these girls don't give horn. You know, them girls give blow. So I got day and I had nothing to do, and I decided to head to the studio and just do a little freestyle on this the Bam Bam rhythm, which was made popular by Chakademus and Pliers.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, you know what, let me just do a freestyle. And I went into the booth, whatever was on my mind, I said that. I had to cut it short because this other guy had his studio session he had paid for, and he was gonna be in the studio very soon. So I had to uh, cut it real short. But lucky for me, it worked in my favor. But it was just a decision. It wasn't no major decision. It was just that I was bored, and I got up and went to the studio and I did that. And when I realized it worked for me, I decided to continue down the road of more Caribbean affiliated music.
So you don't have to, you're this gifted because, and I'll get to that why I reached out to you. You're this gifted that you don't have to sit and get inspired. You'll just be like you listen to the song Horn and you're like, well, I can do something about blow because we give the Guyanese women give blow. And you just wrote that song just off the cuff
Correct.
like that.
Correct. Correct.
The
Correct.
same like you did with just seeing something. But I'll get who are your musical who inspires you musically?
Nobody.
Nobody. You don't have like a
Nobody.
favorite singer that you can say this he or she
No.
is my inspiration. Wow.
No.
Wow. If I check your phone, what kind of music?
Music. You'll find my 6 songs in my iPhone, and that's it.
And that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
That's
it.
surprising that you're not inspired
Yeah.
musically by some legend because that's the normal thing when musicians are asked those questions, the first thing they will give you
Yeah.
a list or two, a list of two or three
Correct.
legends that
Well,
inspires them musically, but you're saying you don't have that kind of inspiration. What inspires you?
basically, to be honest with you, what inspires me would be two things. My humble beginning as a child, and the determination to, well, my humble beginning, which gave me like this determination and hunger to become better in life. But not just to become better, but to become better doing something that you love. I've done the 9 to 5s before, and I can't see myself doing that period ever. So I'm gonna do something that I love, and it's a risky journey because not a lot of us actually get the opportunity to live our dreams. I may not be living my dream the way, let's just say, Lil Wayne lives his dream, or, well, not Bob Marley, he's on a different level. But these major headline musicians live a more high class life. I may not, but I am living my dream, whereby music is my main source of income, and I do it with a passion and I love it. So my inspiration would be my humble beginning as a child, which gave me that drive and determination to become better. And this is where it gets a bit sticky. And everyone that basically told me that
You
you can't
can't.
do this forever.
Let me finish that statement for you. You can't do it, right?
Yeah, correct, correct.
And you
And
defy the odds.
if I'm to put that in a list format, like one and two, which is number one, the persons that told me I can't do it would actually go at the top of the list. And then the humble beginning as a child would go as number two.
You stress the your humble beginning as a child. How does
Yeah.
that humble beginning looks?
Um. The thing is, everybody has a story. Everybody has a story. I call it like this rags to riches kind of story. I just prefer not to shed a lot of light on it because it's not that I don't look back. I do, but I just prefer to It's not that I forgot where I came from because I'm reminded of it on a daily basis. Every time I look at myself, I'm reminded where I came from and so forth. But it's just that I don't. I used to be an individual that would talk about it and so forth, but that time has passed. I'm in a better place now, and if I'm gonna talk about such a situation, it has to be like there has to be a really valid reason, and I don't think there's a reason that's just gonna make me talk about my humble beginning like that. No, so I just leave it at rest.
And where did you find the strength to defy your naysayers?
Um, well, that strength comes from, honestly, that strength comes from the inner me because I was never an individual that was gifted with friends.
Mm,
Friends. I think that word has a really deep meaning.
mm.
That word is a really deep word. Don't just have friends like that. But to be honest with you, that comes from the inner me.
Okay.
Like whenever people say, "Hey, you can't do it," or "Yeah, you can't do it, man," you just gonna start and stop there. Something that is as weird as it may sound. I talking to myself like, "Yo, you gotta go and do this. You gotta really show this person." So eventually, proving one person wrong evolves into doing it so that others who think that way, and I'm not aware that they think that way, I'll be able to just prove all of them wrong and show everyone, like, hey, I'm gonna actually be this musician, and I'm gonna actually do this, and you guys gonna see, and probably you may be inspired to do something that you want to do in life, but you doubt yourself from time to time because we all do as human beings, and probably I could be that one that inspires you to just get up and get going and still pursue that goal or dream or so forth.
Where do you see this is the where do you see yourself in 2 to 3 years?
All right, that's a difficult question, and the reason why
Is that difficult?
I'm not gonna say consider in fact life ain't promised. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live. So I'm not gonna say that. But the reason why I'm saying it could be difficult is because I have no idea what opportunities may come to me, But let's just say that no major opportunity comes, and I'm here in Guyana, which I plan to be, and I got to work. I just see myself um, as a more established regionally and with hard work internationally recognized artist. Placed under a specific genre, but if I have to go under a specific genre, it would be Blaze Antonio, the dancer, the soca dancehall artist or dancehall, however you put it. I see myself as a regionally recognized and with hard work internationally recognized dancehall soca artist in a 2 year period.
Okay. How hard was that?
How hard was?
Was because in the beginning you were hesitant.
Yeah, it's difficult because in Guyana, the music industry is evolving, but it's still not evolving in favor of the Guyanese artists. You know, there are a lot of talented artists out there in Guyana,
Mm-hmm.
but we need one thing, and it's more radio play. And that is something that we struggle for. That's something that we fight for. That is something that we fight and we lose a battle a lot of times. Um, they play it when it's hot, when it's really hot, but there are songs that with constant play can become a hit. And that's exactly what where they, I would say, where they come at fault, because they don't give you that extra push, that extra boost. I mean, back in the days, I'll be honest with you, Guyanese music had a certain sound to it, and the sound wasn't the best sound,
Mm-hmm.
but things would have changed tremendously. The quality we're getting right now, and I'm not talking about in the parliament, I'm not talking about Blue. I have a song like songs like Cuban Gal and Brace It. Those two songs, the quality is amazing. It's that international quality. You can mix it. I've heard those two songs being mixed with the international songs, and you can't tell that that's a Guyanese artist on that song.
Mm.
And those songs, Cuban Gal received quite a lot of radio play. So did Brace It, but not as much as I would have expected. And all I can say is that we strive for our radio play, which prevents us from getting that exposure that we deserve as homegrown artists. And that makes it difficult for an artist to develop a vision, a future of where they will be or where they would like to be. Well, where you would like to be should be easy, but where you think you'll actually be could be difficult, considering the situations and the circumstance you face in your own country. I mean, what I try to say is that the Jamaicans, they play the Jamaican music, and that's why it becomes popular. The Trinidadians, they do the same thing. Every Caribbean country has a fight down, yes, but to an extent. They still play their local music, and that gives them that identity. But in Guyana, it's always a difficult task getting your music played, despite the quality it is.
If you had to identify three main reasons why it's so difficult to break that barrier, what would be
Yeah.
the three main reasons?
All right. So to break the barrier, three the most difficult reasons. Wow. Um, Financial influence. That's one. Financial influence, and I said I'm going to elaborate a bit on it. Financial influence because the way things work overseas on a level is that you pay to get your. Now, if you're financially equipped, you can break that barrier, whereby you can get your own music out on the radio,
Mm-hmm.
and you can during your music hour you can handpick Guyanese music that are of a international standard. You can play that, and there's a lot of music like that. So I would say the financial influence would make it difficult for someone like me to break that barrier. Number two would be personal financial status. We go back to financing again because you got to go into the studio. It costs. There's a fee to do that. You know, you don't just go in the studio and record for free. And when you're not giving the opportunity to perform and to earn as a musician, you're forced to find a job to just pay bills, and then that could leave you on a trail, and you could be lagging behind because musicians who can afford it and who are mainstream, they bring out new music because they know how the world works now. A song is here today and it's gone by next week.
Mhm.
So they're constant, they're consistent with the music delivery. But me in Guyana, who can't afford to pay $10,000 a session to get a new song recorded, which is equivalent to like 50 US, which is still cheap because it's more expensive overseas. Um, and you can't afford that because you got bills and so forth. And it's not like the private sector would say, hey, we believe in you. You need a bit of guidance. We can invest in you. No. So finance, I think I'll be unable to give you three reasons because I think I can handle everything else on my own, like promoting myself, marketing and so forth, interacting with the public, and performing good at shows. I can handle all of that, but it's just financing. That's the major issue, and it will always be the major issue.
Is sponsorship difficult to obtain? Yes.
As a local artist, to some extent, yes, because most of my music, well, the music that made me stand out in the spotlight is filled with controversy. So Blow, I had some backlash with that, and
When you
and
say
now there's
backlash,
in the
what
parliament.
when you say backlash, what do you mean?
Mhm. Well, for example, some radio stations say they won't play, period, because it's degrading women. Um, Companies wouldn't want to get their name tied up with an artist, well, in Guyana, that is, in Guyana, because companies do it overseas all the time. The artists with the controversy are the artists in the spotlight themselves, tied to the artists. They just know how to do it in a way to still maintain their dignity as a company, but still support the artists, which benefits them in the long run as well. However, in Guyana, the companies don't want to tie themselves to artists that's filled with controversy. So for me, it's difficult. I'm not sure about the other artists. I'll be unable to say what problems they face, but for me, it's difficult because I'm an artist that just happened to step in the spotlight with music that's filled with controversy.
And that's fine because that's who you are and that's what's admirable. Um when I
Well, I can't change that. So
no, and don't. You have to be who you are. And when I looked at you, that's what I saw. I saw your authenticity. And I'm like, okay, who is this? Someone sent me your video because I heard the song Blue, but I didn't know who sung it. So immediately when I heard that
yeah,
song, I sent you a message and I'm listening to you and I went on your page. And for me, I'm happy that you said your music is controversial because I get social activism from you. Okay? I'm sorry.
yeah,
I,
yes.
I get social
Nah,
activism.
it's okay.
So so after I got that, I'm going through your page to listen um and hear or to see how many social issues you got involved with. Because that's
Yeah.
that's that's printed all
So
over
it.
your DNA. Yeah.
Yeah. I get you. I get you. There's a lot of things for me to sing about as an artist that could give me spotlight for quite a long time. It's just that, let's put it this way: if you're too positive in Guyana, you don't get no shine. You gotta stand out. And the thing is, you don't stand out when you're good. You don't stand out. I'm not saying you gotta be bad, but you don't stand out when you do everything in a straight line. No, because for example, the stuff at Parliament took place yesterday, and I placed a status on Facebook and I said, I wonder if I'm to do a song about the Parliament situation if it will be played on the radio. Because right away I'm thinking that, hey, if I'm gonna do a song, I'm not just gonna do a song so that Facebook could hear it. I'm gonna do a song that can be played uh, on the radio so that persons could be able to actually listen to it in radio land. Those who are not connected to smartphones and internet service and so forth, they'll be able to be informed and be knowledgeable of the music the same way the persons that are in the internet world can be able to have access to it. And I was hesitant. Persons was like, "Yo, do it, do it, do it." That's why I went live before, and I was talking about this, the whole Parliament stuff. And then persons were like, "Yo, do the song, do the song. We gonna push it for you." And I did the song. I didn't put a lot of effort into it because I was tired, and it was early, like 12 o'clock in the morning. We were recording the song, and something said, "You know what? Do it. If they bash you, they bash you. You're not singing anything that didn't happen. You're just talking about what happened." So simple as that, do it. And I went ahead and I got it done. But there are a lot of things that I can talk about musically um, that will create a lot of scene. But like I said, in Guyana, you got to think twice before you do certain things. At the end of the day, I make a living from this. So if booking for this month or a booking for next month and 2 months pass and I don't get a booking, it's gonna be a bit of a little squeeze, not much, but you don't want to put yourself in that situation, knowing very well that you can make music to maintain that whole idea of getting constant bookings.
Is the fear, because there is an element of fear. Um,
Yeah.
how can that fear affect an artist? And this is a general question, not specifically to you. How can that fear
Yeah.
affect an artist from being their true selves or being authentic?
All right. So that fear is what makes and breaks a lot of artists in Guyana. As a child, I grew up seeing a lot of talented artists uh, on the musical scene, and they just didn't last. My main aim is to last. My main aim is to create an impact and leave an imprint on the music industry. So whenever they're talking like artists ever do a song and it went viral on the internet, people must be able to say, yeah, Blaze Antonio was the first. Because before Blow, there was nothing that ever went viral on the internet um, from a musician in Guyana and like was talked about overseas and started coming back in Guyana from persons overseas, all over the Caribbean, all over the world, as far as Paris. The music reached that part, and I thought that it would never happen again. But it's very much evident that in the Parliament is going down the same road as well. So I want to leave a mark, and in order for me to leave a mark, I got to be myself. And sometimes you think real hard before you make a move, because I'm in the studio and I'm like, should I actually put this song out there? Suppose um, persons think I'm making fun of rape victims feel offended by it and so forth. I'm thinking to myself like, hey, this is not your aim, and once you know your aim is not that, you can go ahead and do it because you got a pretty good explanation for the song when it comes out. And that's exactly what I did. I just follow my instincts and I push on. Simple.
Now, what kind of artist is Blaze Antonio?
Ah, I just look at myself as I look at myself as a musician. I don't see myself being a specific kind of artist. Like to say like, hey, Blaze Antonio is a dancehall artist. He's a soca artist. Blaze Antonio is a guy that no. I could do some. I could do the pretty ghetto stuff, as we would say. I could do the yard. If you want me to do the full lover boy kind of music, I could do it. If you want me to do the heartbreak kind of music, I can do it. And that's what people are actually gonna see for the new year. They're gonna hear a lot of music, and they're gonna think like, "Oh man, Blaze, we didn't even expect this from you." You know, Fans are beginning to get the idea that there's nothing that Blaze Antonio would actually have a difficult time doing when it comes to music, because Blow came out, and then persons were like, "Wow, 24 hours didn't even pass, and this dude already put out a song about this situation." And the only thing left for me to do now is to more tap into more like the emotional side, so that probably persons could see like I have a heart, and I could do like a few positive songs. But there's a time for that, and that time is coming. And when that time comes, I'm gonna do it, and everyone is gonna be able to see and listen to it as well. So yeah, there's a time for everything, but I'm not gonna limit myself and give a title to myself to be a specific kind of artist. I'm just a musician. I'm just a musician that likes to entertain, and that's it.
What's what can your fans expect in 2018 from you?
That's easy. Music that possess a more premium quality. That's the first thing. Everything now. They can expect music videos because I don't have one as yet, but they can expect some videos so that they'll be able to see and connect to the artist on a different level. Um, Apart from that, they can expect expect music, expect all kinds of music, not just soca, not just dancehall. You're gonna hear some reggae, you're gonna hear some love music, some heartbreak kind of music. I can do all sorts of stuff. So expect anything. If I could put it in one word, expect anything. That's it.
When I listen to you, when I listen to the song for the first time, I'm listening to you, how articulate and how brilliant you are. What
In
hinders
okay, yeah.
Guyanese artists like you
Uh-huh.
from writing the charts?
I would say exposure. For me as an individual, like I say, I can only speak for myself because the way we think is all different. Um, I would say exposure, and the reason why I'm saying that is because for me, I do music. The music I realize that kind of gets me in the spotlight is realistic kind of music, stuff that happens in everyday life. And in order for me to bring a sound that the world can relate to, I think I need to travel a bit more and have a bit of a different insight on life. Interact with persons from different cultures, and I'm not meaning the guy. I don't mean the Guyanese culture. I need to like see different things, see things that I've never seen before, and with that, it would open a whole new level of thinking. Think I want to say that I'm outside the box. I just think that I'm on the edge of the box, but with a bit of traveling and so forth, and interacting with persons from different backgrounds, like for example, Asian people, or or true African people. I'm talking like Africans, like born in Africa kind of Africans, or real pure European kind of people. I'll be, have a whole different way of thinking, look at life from a different way, and a different perspective, and definitely step outside the box and not just be on the rim of the box. And with that, I'll be able to give the fans and potential fans and listeners music with a different flavor, music with a different sound, and give them insight give them new insights that I wasn't able to give them when I'm actually in Guyana here. So I think it all deals with exposure. And once I have that and I get that, I'm going to be able to, I think I can produce a track, a chart topping song. But as of now, I think I got the potential to go regional, but international, I don't think I'm there as yet. I need the exposure for that.
How can, let's say, those of us in the diaspora that believes you're talented and wants to see you expand, how can we assist?
I didn't get you there. I think there's some interference with the signal.
Okay. For those of us, let's say those of us, are you hearing me? You hearing me, Blaze?
Yeah, that's better now.
Okay, for those of us that are in the diaspora and believes that you're talented and would like to see you expand, what can we do?
Yeah. All right, that question made me smile. My answer to that question will probably I don't know what to say, but honestly, in order to see me expand, it all deals with one word, and it's investing. And what is this is a little difficult for me to say because in Guyana we don't like asking for stuff, or I don't like asking for stuff. Period.
Not answer my question.
But it basically would deal with investment in me as an artist financially, honestly. In terms of like as a musician, I don't know to play an instrument. So, that would like probably classes, music classes, exposure to shows, regional shows. It doesn't mean like I have to be paid for it, but probably a bit of sponsorship so I could travel and be able to connect with promoters, because I've spoken to promoters before who said, hey, we know you, but you're not that big, but we'd like to give you that opportunity to perform on a show, get probably open a show for us and so forth. So if you get over here, let us know. So probably, those are the stuff. Investment, financial investment. And I could do a lot of things. I do advertisements. I think I'm pretty much a decent actor. So I do advertisements. I was a DJ part-time. I stopped that recently to focus more on music for Mashramani and Carnival. Um, I got a whole lot of talent, man. I got a whole lot of talent bagged up inside of me. And I just need the right people to see my vision and help me to see their vision so that we could collaborate and make things happen. So it's all about investing in me and seeing the gift.
If you can go on a tour with an artist right now, who would that artist be?
I didn't get you there. Forgive me.
If you have the opportunity to tour with an artist, who would that artist be?
If I had the opportunity to meet an artist?
No, to tour. To go on a tour.
Tour with an artist?
Yes.
Wow. Ooh. Right now, as in right now, if I had the opportunity to tour with an artist. All right. It definitely would be a Caribbean artist. Wow. I would say either Charlie Black.
Okay.
From Jamaica. There's a few of them actually. Charlie Black from Jamaica. Spice from Jamaica as well. And gonna take it to Trinidad. I'm gonna go with Marshall Montano. Let me see who more. Marshall Montano. And there's this guy that's now creating a buzz. He's getting his shiner on right now, and his name is Moto. He's from St. Lucia. Yeah, that guy. So Charlie Black, Spice, Moto, and Marsha Montano. Those are the four artists. If I had an opportunity to tour with any one of them, I would go willingly. If you were to ask me which one of them I would choose if I had the opportunity to tour with all four, that's a difficult question. I won't be able to answer that right now.
But I wouldn't ask you that. You write your own music.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't write. I just say what's on my mind. It's a freestyle thing.
Okay. You just freestyle. And
Yeah.
you don't have to
Yeah,
get
sometimes.
any specific inspirations.
No.
What's your favorite part?
There's no need. There's no inspiration.
What's your favorite part when you actually write music?
My When I rehearse it, and it's when I'm my favorite part of writing and composing would be when I rehearse it, or I rehearse the two lines that I would have written and it's sounding pretty good to me. so so that's like the most exciting part. It's just like, yeah, got these two lines. I got these two lines. I just need like 20 more lines. so but that's the exciting part, when I would have finished a part of it and it sounds good to me. Yeah.
Now let's talk about your trending song in the
Oh,
parliament.
yeah. What is
Um,
it you want to talk about in the parliament?
it is so catchy, really, really catchy. I saw someone mention on the live um, why you said rape.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna answer that.
Yes, please do.
So there's a lot of footage circulating on the internet, but I would have noticed that not everyone has seen like majority of the footage. Some persons would have seen a few clips. For me, I literally sat down and searched for everything. Um, Once I realized I would have made that decision to go ahead and write a song about the situation, I made it my duty to search for everything. So there is a footage that's circulating, and after they had the whole pulling and hauling in the parliament, there was a man at the back, and he was the one that was shouting rape. Matter of fact, he was the only person that was shouting rape. And he was loud. He was extremely loud in this piece of footage. So I'm like, okay. Okay, so a lot of persons saw it and heard him too. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna run with that. Because I think that was the most ridiculous thing to say at that point in time during the whole altercation. Because I'm thinking to myself, like, dude, ain't nobody gonna get raped in Parliament building in front of all the cameras, in front of everybody. So I think like that was the most ridiculous thing anyone could have said at that point in time in that situation. I understand the whole police harassment chance and so forth, but to say rape, I mean, come on, man. You could have said something else, you know. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna use that, and I'm gonna run with that. So yeah, kudos to the guy who was shouting rape. You helped me a whole lot.
So I hope the person that asked the question on the live actually responded, heard your
Got
response,
it.
and they got it.
Yeah.
How difficult was it to compose in the parliament?
Easy. It was to be honest with you, it was not. There was 0% effort placed there. If I'm to give you a song that has effort in it, you're gonna get a very detailed song, and that is probably gonna cause way more controversy than the one that I did is causing. Because the aim when I composed in the parliament, the aim was not to actually offend anyone or to create a scene. The aim was to make people laugh through the I would say through all the nonsense that's taking place. My aim was to create that humor so that you could get a laugh from the situation. Instead of looking at the situation and say it's a sad day for Guyana, you can say, hey, it's a funny day. Because honestly, they look real childish. So my aim was to just bring the humor out of the situation. But if I'm to give you a more technical song and put a lot of effort into it, now that's where the real controversy is gonna come. But I was actually eating some cook up, piece of fried chicken. We were in the studio. I had no plans to go into the studio that day, and we were just hanging out, chilling. There was another artist working in there, and when I pulled up in the studio, I said, you know what? Since I'm eating this food, I'm just gonna scribble something real quick, and I did that. And my producer, want to give a big shout out to him, Adrian Johnson. He was like, you writing? I'm like, yeah, I gonna scribble or something, man, so we can just, make it happen. And it didn't take us an hour. Composing the song didn't take us an hour. You know, it was just easy work. It wasn't work. It was it was just a fun
It's
activity.
effortless.
A fun activity, and there was no work, wasn't no effort placed into composing the song. None, 0%.
What would it? Why the hesitance? I know you explained it before, but I still have to ask this question because
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
why the hesitant to write to put effort into that same song? Because yes, you have the catchy version, but
Yeah.
what about that? The song that is gonna showcase your creativity,
Mhm.
your ability,
Yeah.
your social
Mhm.
activism. Um, why the hesitant?
Okay. All right. So I'm not gonna say much on. Let's just put it like this. This is where I earn a living from, and the country is already going through so much. Or the country is going through so much, and to come with a song that is actually gonna make you think more about what is happening in your country, I don't think it's a wise move at this point in time. We already know what's happening. What's happening. We're aware of how serious it is. We're aware of the negative effects it's having on the country. We're aware of how we're actually losing and not gaining anything much from all the bad situations and bad decisions being made right now. So instead of doing something like that, which also could prevent me from getting a booking, because in the entertainment industry, um, there's always a political connection. So if I'm gonna go 100% in, it's not gonna be in favor of either the government or the opposition, and that could be do more bad for me than good. Make me not get bookings for a few months. That could make promoters say, "Hey, we want to book you, but we deal with so and so, and that wouldn't look good because we're gonna lose our sponsorship. We're gonna lose our relationship, and nobody's gonna sacrifice a dollar or a certain income, and then what? You're not going to get that back in the future. It doesn't make sense. So instead, I choose the path of producing something that is going to take your mind off the situation, but keep the situation, take your mind off the seriousness of the situation, but it's going to keep your mind on the situation.
It sounds like
But
an
it's going to take the
oxymoron.
seriousness of
But no, no, no.
take the seriousness out of it.
Hmm.
Like it's just gonna take the seriousness out of it. You're gonna like be like, hey, it's serious, but we're not gonna focus on that part. We're just gonna enjoy the laugh.
But could you still highlight what is happening? And as opposed to highlighting it where it brings depression and concern, you highlight it and you provide motivation. You provide encouragement. You provide
Yeah.
inspiration.
I
Isn't that
prefer
a
to do that.
possibility?
It's a good thing to provide that musically, but I prefer to choose another way of doing that. So this song is gonna put me in the spotlight. I'm gonna become a bit more popular. So I prefer to like speak to people via a live broadcast and encourage them via a live broadcast and speak on topics that are serious in a live broadcast than to do it musically, because I think I'll be able to connect persons that are able to like see me and ask me a question and have me answer it and share my point of view. I think I think that would benefit me on a level way more than if I'm just to do a song. So yeah, when it comes to that situation there. So I would prefer to motivate and encourage and share positivity via a live feed than to do it in a song when it comes to this situation.
I hear you, and I wouldn't press, but I have to be who I am, and just I call
Yeah.
a spade, and but my whole issue is that the climate, the
Mhm.
political, the cultural, and the social climate of Guyana has placed harnesses on our artists. You don't have to, I'm saying it. Yeah, you just listen. Has placed harnesses on our artists and have them in a controlled, um, enslaved state where, as a child, I during Mashramani, I remember Rebel,
Yeah.
Mighty Rebel. I
Yeah.
remembered
Mhm.
Smoker, because my mom took us to those calypso competitions, and it was the thing during Mashramani because artists or singers use that opportunity to voice their opinions about social, political, whatever issues. And I sense an element of fear that that artists are not free anymore to do that. And that's very disconcerting.
Yeah. That's the truth. Even as an artist, you're not free. In
No,
Guyana, you're not free.
it's
You
like
can't just
it's
sing about
imprisonment.
certain things.
It's I'm listening to you, and um it's like someone who is, yes, you're articulating yourself, yes, you're expressing yourself, but there's shackles and chains that you can't be free because I have to put food on my table. And so I am just gonna toe the line despite I want to do more. But what is important is um my survival.
All right. Mm-hmm. Got bills to pay.
I know. I understand.
Gotta eat.
Um,
Gotta eat.
do you ever get nervous when you're composing, when you're I'm switching gears because that I can take that in another direction and I don't want to do that to you. Do you ever get
Thank you.
nervous? Um, what's your
The only uh,
yeah, go sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I get nervous. I get nervous when there are two times I get nervous musically when it comes to music, and that would be when I finish composing a song. I rehearse the song at home. Sounds good, but when I go in the studio, it sounds completely different. And the fear of that song not becoming a reality makes me makes me makes me very nervous as an artist. Also, the second thing would be I get nervous because it's like, what if they don't like it? I have the energy to pull a crowd. I can tell you that I developed that personally. But there's always that fear that you would not satisfy the crowd. The
Mhm.
crowd would not feel you. One of the worst feelings as a musician for me, I can only speak for myself, is when I'm on stage performing and there's no one just moving. There's everyone is just looking, and not like they're looking with their phones on videoing you. They're just looking. It's like, nah. I never had that, but I've seen that before, and it really makes me nervous. But in terms of composing, that's the only time I get nervous. Like if I'm to write a song, go in the booth, and then my producer's like, bro, no, something is wrong. You got to do something different. You got to probably write this over or so forth. And I'm like, oh, gosh, really? So probably this song might not make it. But with the extra work and so forth, and that's with composing, with the extra work, that fear, that nervousness is taken away. But when it comes to performing, when you go on the stage and after the first 2 minutes and you realize, hey, the crowd is feeling you, that's gone too.
So um give us an a cappella of Blow. We're not getting to in the parliament yet.
Oh man! All right. Hit me with that one day. I didn't expect that. All right. So, so basically, this is our acapella version of Blow. Um, Yo, AJ, them in knowing Guyana, them gal don't give horn. Them gal just give blow. Let we go. Them gal just give blow. Any gal will like got a palm court. Blow. Gal will like take man to court. Blow. Any gal will always one. Blow. And if your best friend is a man. Blow. Anytime she if she never have credit in she phone. Blow. I was taking DG said. Plus if she just ring down your phone, asking for credit just to repay she loan is blow. Any gal will like say man is dog. Blow. Gal will don't catch boss at all. Any gal who just look sexy but does never want pay for going the party just give blow. If she always on a 1 day plan. If she know all of them taxi man. If she man is a Guyanese man but she always talking to bear foreign man is blue. I'm gonna stop right here.
the the humor that is assigned to the reality is phenomenal. And one of the things that I always say on my show, Guyanese people we're not a group that embraces, accept the harsh realities. And
Correct.
blow is common, right? Blow
Very much.
happens. Blow
Yeah.
happens every day, either
Every day.
side of the fence. So I don't understand how radio stations would not play that.
Some do. Some play the song, but not all of them. And it all gotta come back right back to political connections. That's all I'm gonna say.
How hard it is to get in with a radio station or a few DJs that, or let me scrap that.
All right.
Are there Guyanese DJs
Mm-hmm.
that are on the radio that
Mm-hmm.
pushes Guyanese music?
Yeah, they are. There are a few. There are a handful. There are a handful. There are a handful. There are a few of them.
How
I honestly admit they are a few.
how could we, and when I say we, it's those of us in the diaspora, how can
Yeah.
we reward those handful of DJs
Oh.
and help them to push more Guyanese music, because we have talented artists in Guyana.
Yeah, we do. Well, we do have a lot of talented artists, and to answer your question, you asked, how can we reward them? Wow. If I had my way of rewarding them, I'm gonna answer this from my perspective. If I had my way of rewarding the DJs that play the Guyanese music back to back constantly, because you can't just play the song one and two time and be considered a DJ that plays Guyanese music a lot. No, doesn't work like that. So for those who play the music back to back and they give the respect and push the artist, the content that the artist provides, um, if I had my way, I probably would have given them a monthly stipend. Honestly, that's what I would have done. Like, hey, you know what? I know you play the music this month. Hold this and make it like a standard fee, so that they can look forward to it once they keep playing the music, of course, which they would, because I don't think anybody turns down, you know, money to play music. So yeah, so I would probably reward them with a stipend, something that they would be, something that would, an amount that would encourage them to continue playing music, the local music, Guyanese music. So yeah, that's what I would do.
We also have a lot of Guyanese DJs within the diaspora. How can we get those artists' music to the DJs, the Guyanese DJs, and even other Caribbean DJs here in the diaspora to play the music?
That basically, I say that would rely. That's where the DJ comes in. That's where the DJ comes in because, for example, as an artist, you know DJs, but as a DJ, you know even more DJs, and there is always that connection whereby a DJ in Guyana would know a DJ in the Caribbean. Very easy. That's one of the easiest connections ever made through the DJs. And what the reason why I would rest that on the DJ in Guyana would be because, so in the Parliament come out, for example, you play on the radio, you're a Guyanese DJ, but you know a lot of Trini DJs and Bajan DJs. You would be like, hey, check this out. This trending right now in Guyana. Let me know what you guys think. Yo, play this on your show. Let me know what the people think. Make it a topic. Hey, you know what? Let me. You guys know, but what's happening in Guyana? They had a fight in Parliament. Blah blah blah. We got an artist come out again. He made a song. It's so funny. I'm gonna preview it for you guys. And with that connection being built, as you share the music, you share the contact of the artist with the DJs. So let's just say those DJs, 6 out of 10 of them love the song, and they want to connect with the artist, probably to do like a dub plate or drops or who knows, bring let the artists get an opportunity to perform, they will be able to make that contact. But as a DJ, when you just play the music on the radio, but you don't go the extra mile to help spread the music, you're doing, I'd say you're doing good, but you're not doing good enough.
How does the DJ?
So
how would the DJ?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Here in the diaspora, get a copy of in the parliament?
Well, first of all, it's on YouTube. That's the first thing. It's on YouTube. But if you want to download it, it's on gtrhythm.com. That's gtrhythm.com. There's a search bar. Just type in Blaze Anthonio. Everything for me is right there, and you download it for free. If you have SoundCloud, it's on SoundCloud. Well, I plan putting in the Parliament on iTunes and Spotify and so forth, but I haven't made that move as yet. That's an investment, and I'm working on that so that I'll be able to put it. So persons overseas that don't have Android phones and have iPhones and would like the music and are willing to spend like what, 99 cents for it, they'll be able to go on iTunes and say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna support this. You know, you probably may not want to invest in the artists by sending money in Guyana to help the artists with their development, but you can play your part as well by saying, you know what, I'm going to purchase the song. 99 cents? Fine, I'm going to do that. But when the artists, it takes money to get on those platforms as well. You know, so what I'm trying to do right now is acquire a certain amount of funds so I can start putting my music out on Spotify.
How much funds are you looking to acquire to get it to on iTunes, Amazon, and Spotify?
Presently, the aim is 500 US dollars, which is equivalent to 100,000 Ghana dollars, and I'm gonna explain why that amount. Because you gotta pay for copyright, you gotta pay to upload it, and there are certain fees you need to pay to get your stuff registered and get yourself registered as an artist. So say for example, if the people down at Apple are there to place your name in the system, you'll be registered, you know, and it carries a certain fee to do that. So I was actually gathering that information from an artist that's overseas. He's a Guyanese too. His name is Garden Andres. So give me the knowledge, and he said, well, certain things will cost certain amounts and so forth, and which basically came up to like $80 to $90,000. But then remember, you still got to pay to send that money up there and so forth. And with the all fine runnings, it probably would come up to like $100,000 to put myself on a platform, and which would allow me to continuously uploading music.
So let's do a GoFundMe. You heard me?
I've thought about it. I've thought about it. And I wouldn't mind giving it a try because I'm always open to do anything. It's just that I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes I think like there's not much that will be done since I'm over here. You know, life over here is hustle.
To you.
But in terms of...
Stop. One of the things that I have to say to you is that you are, and remember when we were having that conversation when we met on Messenger, your hesitance introduces some, you put up boulders, and those boulders can become negative boulders. Now, if I say let's do a GoFundMe, that means I will push your GoFundMe. There are a lot of people in Guyana here that do GoFundMe for people in Guyana. All you need to do is whatever money, even if you're able to raise $100, it's $100 that you never had. And you need to start looking at it from through a different lens, more optimistic. That if you set out to do something, think about the positive. Yes, there will always be negatives, but if you focus on the positive, the negatives could be minimized and the positives could be materialized.
Well said. Correct.
I just have to push that in because it's like the third time you did that. So if you're going after the goal, go for the platinum. So that if you don't hit the platinum, you get the gold. But you can't be aiming for the goal, and if you don't hit the goal, you're going to be disappointed. So whenever you're aiming for something, aim for the one higher than your expectation. So if you're aiming for the goal, you aim for. If your aim is the goal, you aspire for the platinum. So back to my suggestion of the I could be long-winded. So back to my suggestion that we do a GoFundMe, even if you get $100.
Correct.
$100 towards that 500.
Correct.
And if you have a GoFundMe, you would become dedicated and push it and really push it so that you can acquire whatever your desired outcome is.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So we need $500 and we're going to get $500 from GoFundMe.
Correct.
That's it.
Correct.
We're gonna ensure that we support our we support our local artists. That's one. Two, and we need to see you coming out in your music.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna break the mold now. We need to see you on the international platform because you're talented, you're brilliant.
Correct.
And I get a lot of ideas, right? And I would start the process. But you have to follow through.
Correct. The most definitely.
So we're gonna ensure that we get this GoFundMe going so that song and the remix, right, could be on Amazon, Spotify, iTunes. That it could be coming. It should be a household thing, right? Next year for Mashamani, it should be blazing because it should even be the road march because we're taking.
I'm thinking about that too. Trust me.
Yes, that's how I want you to begin to think. And I'm sorry, but you're getting Sharmin. Sharmin can only give you Sharmin. I can't give you the pretense and I can't because that's not who I am. I don't. So we want to see with the remix. We want the real thing, like we're not gonna talk about the remix yet, but the remix gotta come. This must become the road march for 2018.
I can do some of that.
Let me tell you something. We have some faithful supporters on the live, and there are people that are going to support you with this. We even if it's $5 on the GoFundMe, whatever, but we're gonna get the GoFundMe, and we would help you to get out there.
Thank you for that, honestly.
Hey, that's why God have me here. You know, I heard my sister sent me the song. Maybe I was jet lagged this morning.
Yeah.
And I couldn't sleep. So I'm there and I'm reading, and my sister sent me this thing, and I'm like, what is she sending me at this hour? So, but I was like, okay, let me be distracted, and I opened it, and I'm like, what? Less than 24 hours? This is brilliant. So I'm like, I need to find him, and I just dropped what I was reading, and I started to research you, and I felt deep in my spirit that that's what I was supposed to do, because I could have listened to it and just ignored it.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I need to find you. And when I sent you the message, you just responded, and I was like, bingo, this is it. So
yeah, I always respond to everybody. So
well, thank you for doing that. So somebody said invite the artist to the radio station for live interviews when new songs come out. That is a job of the producers and managers, I think. I'm trying to read some
comments.
Somebody say real talk. That's all you get on Talk Time with Sharmin. That's all I can be real. But yeah, I don't see anything else that so we are gonna get the acapella for in the parliament, and then we will end if you don't have anything else, and I'll be speaking with you so that we can do the GoFundMe.
All right. This is probably embarrassing, but
why?
In the parliament, let's just say I haven't learned.
I know I saw you with the paper and you don't have the paper now, so I caught you.
It wasn't a freestyle, it was written, right? So
yeah,
when it's a freestyle, it sticks longer in the brain, right? But when it's a written something, I gotta get it in my ear. Now the thing is, I didn't sleep for the entire last night, and I took 2 hours like after 1 this afternoon, and I haven't had the opportunity to like sit and listen to the song and vibe to it or anything like that. When I left the studio with it, I came home, do the edit to the information part of it, and create the cover art and so forth. And I started distributing the song right away. So I never really had, and it's been a busy day, extremely busy day, because I was supposed to head out in Georgetown and distribute the song, burn like 50 CDs and put it on CDs and distribute the song to like the bus drivers and the taxi drivers and the men with the push carts and so forth. However, it got out there on its own.
Really?
Because I was too tired. I was literally, yeah. It's the most played song in Georgetown right now. It's the trending song in Guyana right now. Every taxi, minibus, pushcart, cell phone, it's out there right now. And I'm not sure who was the first one to put it out there on the streets, but it's on the streets. And that's a pretty good part of my job there that would have actually got taken care of. And I thank you, honestly. So I didn't have the opportunity to listen to it on a serious note. So in the near future, because I got like close to 500 messages to reply to. I'm probably going to spend the remainder of the night doing that. And when I'm finished with that, probably tomorrow I'm going to take it 2 hours and play the song for like the 2 hour period and listen to it and learn it. So yeah.
So you don't have it so to play for us?
Yeah, I do. I have it. I do have it.
So play it for us.
Definitely.
And that you could, and then you're gonna hear it, and after you're gonna sing a part for us.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. That could work. Let me just get this going here. The clean part. Anybody in the union want me in the parliament? What do you mean who you talking about? What you mean you know what I'm talking about? You know what happened? In the parliament. In the parliament. But look, listen and look. The people are inside the parliament. One straight right in the chest. It's funny. Inside the parliament. Who grabs it? Police running like cars a big mess. Parliament full of nothing but stress. The speaker said, sir, you're too out to order. Take a seat and don't cross the border. But he got more seat than Balanche. He said, sir, I standing up right here. So the speaker then turned and said, sir, you're dismissed. You need to leave. He said, move his legs. The police can move my head. Now them all out rape inside the parliament. Somebody get one straight right in the chest. Police come in and cause a big mess. What could cause such a mix-up session when them all out rape inside the parliament? Who grab shit and who grab shit? And cause a big mess. Parliament ain't nothing but stress. We shall not be moved. Live on Facebook, headline the news. For 23 years now, we vote for change. Now the change that we vote cruel. Tears in your eyes, now watch how she cry. My body black and blue, that's no lie. Somebody got to pay no lie. Rape inside the parliament. Somebody get one straight right in the chest. Police run in and cause a big mess. What could cause such a mix-up sex when they ball out rape inside the parliament? Who grab shit and who grab shit? The police run in and cause a big mess. Parliament ain't nothing but stress. There's a part there with the whole fighting in the parliament.
Okay, someone said they wanted to hear the song, please, and they want to know where they can get it.
All right, so the song can be, if you want to stream the song, it's on YouTube. You just need to go on YouTube and search for In the Parliament, which is I-N-D-I, not D-E, I-N-D-I and Parliament. So In the Parliament, or you can just type in Blaze Anthonio. You'll find my channel. It's on my channel. If you're on SoundCloud, just type in Blaze Anthonio. You'll find it right there. You can go to gtrhythm.com. That's gtrhythm.com. And just type Blaze Anthonio in the search bar. You'll find everything there. There's the explicit version and the clean version as well. Because I cater for these. So you can download it there. If you're an iPhone user, soon it's going to be the platforms like iTunes and Spotify and so forth. So you guys would just need to stream it for now on YouTube. And you can follow me on Instagram at Blaze Anthonio, Facebook, Blaze, and everything is Blaze Anthonio. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat. That's it. I'm all over as Blaze Anthonio. That's Anthonio. Because a lot of people put Antonio, but it's Anthonio. I'm out there, people. I'm out there. Follow me. Get to know me. I'm always available. I reply to messages. And even if I don't reply to you at that point in time, I will reply to you because I make it a duty to reply to everyone. Even though it gets difficult, but I make it my duty to do it.
Yeah, just now you're going to have to hire a personal secretary. A personal assistant.
Well, that day is coming. Honestly, I can feel it, but as of now, I'm gonna handle it on my own.
And I like how you accepted that and you didn't throw me the monkey wrench.
No. I know it's gonna happen. I know that's gonna happen. I'm confident.
Thank you, Sharon James. Sharon James actually added the YouTube link to the song, but before you go, I need you to play it. I don't need your a cappella until you learn, and you owe me a visit when you learn the lyrics so that you could come back and sing it for me.
I owe you that, and I'll be willing to deliver that. No problem.
And somebody said she's listening from London. I don't know what difference, but she said you're mixed race, and she wants to know what races you're mixed with.
My mom is Amerindian and my dad is Negro. So it's Amerindian and African.
Yeah, Buffyando.
Buffyano, yeah. And then you get me. But yeah, that's me.
All right. So play the song for us one more time.
All right, no problem. All right, for all of you tuned in, thank you very much for tuning in. Blaze Anthonio here. Follow me on all social media at Blaze Anthonio. The song is called In the Parliament. It's my latest release. Original rhythm, original lyrics. I hope you guys enjoy this. Catch it on YouTube, and I hope you enjoy this. And remember, it's just humor with music. That's all. Hey, you know I'm inside the Parliament. I mean, who you talking about? What you mean you know what I'm talking about? You know what happened? In the Parliament. In the Parliament. But look, listen and look. The people ball of rain inside the Parliament. Somebody get one straight right in the chest. The police run in and cause a big mess. What could cause such a mix-up? Say, like a ball of rain inside the Parliament. Who grabs it? Who grabs it? Police run in and cause a big mess. Parliament full of nothing but stress. The speaker said, sir, get too out the order. Take a seat and don't cross the border. Well, he got more seat than Melange. He said, sir, I sign up rightly. Then the speaker just turned and said, sir, you're dismissed because you got off the bench. You need to leave. He said, move which leg? So the police can move my head. Now they're all trained inside the Parliament. Somebody get the chest. The police run in and cause a big mess. What could cause such a mix-up? Said, like them all trained inside the Parliament. Who grabs him? Who grabs him? The police run in and cause a big mess. Parliament full of nothing but stress. We shot, not the move. Live on Facebook, headline the news. 23 years now, we vote for change. For the change that we vote for, you can recruit. Tears in the eyes, just watch us she cry. My body black and blue, that's no lie. The man be J. Cole, they got to pay no lie. Cause them all out rape inside the Parliament. Somebody get one straight, right in the chest. The police run in and cause a big mess. What could cause such a mix-up? Said, leave them all out rape inside the Parliament. Who grabs him? Who grabbed him? The police run in and cause a big mess. Yeah, man, come in here, someone.
Well, thank you for the hearts, guys. Thank you for showing Blaze some love.
Inside the Parliament. Somebody gets one straight right in the chest. The police run in and cause a big mess. What could cause such a mix-up? Said like them all out rape inside the Parliament. Who grabs him? Who grabs him? The police run in and cause a big mess. Parliament full of nothing but stress. I hope you know understand is why they trying to tell you all the time. One in the Parliament today trying to show you. Everybody me even know it's a war, but you know I know. You know what we gotta do. All we gotta do is one thing. Pray for Guyana. Alright. You understand?
And I loved how you ended it, because you said it's only one thing we have to do for Guyana is to pray for Guyana. And I think it was a wonderful way to end, to help people to understand the importance of praying for our native land, even though we're in the diaspora. And I just want everyone that is on the live to know that we will, before the end of the night, there will be a GoFundMe created for Blaze Anthonio to ensure that this song gets on iTunes, Amazon, and Spotify, and whatever other that he might be able. And he needs our financial support. Let it be his Christmas gift. You know, we all have, if all of us,
Yeah.
I'm sure if we could get 200 or 300 people just to give $10, just $10, that's $300. He needs 500 and we will get 500 people to give $10 on the GoFundMe. When you see the GoFundMe, please share it. One of the things that we don't do as Guyanese is support each other. And all we need to do right now is support him and let him get to the next level. $10. Everybody, just donate $10. $10. 500 of us, you know, 50 of us, $10, $5, whatever you can afford, $1, whatever it is that you can afford. When you see the GoFundMe, please support him, and we will be seeing him maybe in 2 weeks after he get $1,000 from GoFundMe, and we make some arrangement and bring him up sometime next year for some Guyana event, right? We can make that happen. So, Anthonio, thank you. Thank you for your brilliance. I need to hear more of your activism come out in your music. And thank you for putting life and humor and softening the impact of the lawless facade that took place in Parliament. You just made it into a joke for us and lightened the impact. So thank you. And I'll be speaking to you before the end of the night. I want to thank everyone that joined the live. Just remember to share it, because the more people watch the live, the more people will support the GoFundMe, and we will be able to attain our goal. So thank you once again, and good night. Thank you, Anthonio.
And thank you. Thank you as well for having me.
You're very welcome. I'll be talking to you shortly.
No problem.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.